tells your story? This is the powerful closing line from the acclaimed musical Hamilton, about Alexander Hamilton, one of America's founding fathers, who played a crucial role in reshaping the nation's financial system and faced overwhelming obstacles. As Hamilton's wife Eliza sang, "Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? Every other founding father's story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old. And when you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story?" These lyrics remind us that history is often shaped by those in power. Some stories are preserved, while others fade away. This selective remembrance has influenced the course of human history. Still, storytelling remains one of the oldest and most powerful ways to shape identity. Through stories, we create a sense of belonging and ensure that our legacies are carried forward. This week, we continue reading the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim in Hebrew, the final one of the 5 books of Moses. This book serves as a reminder, retelling the events of the 40 years spent in the wilderness. The narrative revisits the commandments first given at Sinai, later expanded with detailed laws. In this Shabbat Torah portion, Ki Tavo, and the portions that follow, the focus shifts to preparing the Israelites for entry into their new home, renewing the covenant, and rededicating themselves, both individually and as a community, by acknowledging that God has fulfilled the promise made to our ancestors. Ki Tavo in Hebrew means when you enter the land of Israel, which God bestowed upon its people as their sacred inheritance. The Parsha begins with a command to hold a special ceremony of dedication. The Israelites are instructed to bring a basket filled with the fruits of the land's bounty to the priest and recite the following. My ancestor was a wandering Aramean. He went down into Egypt and lived there as a stranger, just a handful of souls. And there he became a great nation, large, mighty, and great. The Egyptian dealt cruelly with us and oppressed us, subjecting us to harsh labor. We cried out to the Lord, the God of our ancestors. The Lord heard our voice, and he saw our oppression, our toil, and our enslavement. The Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand and outstretched arm, with terrifying power, with signs and wonders. He brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now I am bringing the first fruits of the land that you, O Lord, have given me. Instead of offering instructions of governance, or establishing an army, or creating systems of law order, the first command God gave was to tell our story. But this is not just any story. It is the foundational narrative that explains how the Israelites arrived in the land, why they were there, and the significance of this moment for each individual. This is their story, which connects them to their past, to their journey, and to their purpose, building a strong foundation for both their history and their future. Stories shape our identity and build community, fostering a sense of responsibility. When we share a story, we become intertwined with it, immersing ourselves in a narrative and feeling motivated to connect with others. Through this act, we plant seeds of wisdom and connection that will grow and flourish long after we are gone. This idea is beautifully illustrated in the famous Jewish tale about an old man who is planting a carob tree. He is interrupted by a younger man passing by who asks, "Why are you planting a carob tree? It takes 7 years to grow. You will never even enjoy it." The old man responds, "I have great memories of eating dried carob as a child on Tu B'Shvat. Those carob trees were planted by people who wanted to leave a gift for the generations to come. I am planting this tree as a gift for those who will be living 70 years from now, so they can enjoy eating carob on the Tu B'Shvat too. Just as my parents and grandparents planted trees for me, I plant trees for my children and grandchildren." The Broadway creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, echoes this teaching in his line, "Legacy. What is legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see." In this season of introspection, we are invited to reflect on our own story and its impact. While most of us may never have a Broadway musical made about our lives, we each carry a unique and personal narrative that shapes the ongoing story of the Jewish people. We each have the responsibility to plant seeds for future generations. By passing down our stories, filled with the values and wisdom, we empower future generations to benefit from our experiences. In doing so, we carry forward the legacy of our ancestors, ensure that their lessons, their blessings, and their spirit continue to flourish. What we do, who we are, and how we are remembered are all intertwined through the connections we build over a lifetime. As we approach the new year, 5785, we have a unique opportunity to shape the next chapter of Jewish history. This coming year may bring surprises we cannot imagine, but I'm hopeful that our future will be filled with abundant blessings. May the fruits of today's efforts nourish both us and our community in the year ahead. Together, let us raise the sweet cup in celebration, honoring the sacred commitment to our people's shared story, Jewish love and Israel. Let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, V'Shana Tova.